So Nonito Donaire defeated Andres Campos. Right, let's go. Nonito Donaire got the win. But he looked 50, but he still won. He still won the fight, but he looked about 50 years old in there and way past his prime. Reflexes not the same. He looked very static in there, but he came away with a win. Nonito Donaire looked shocking and old, but he won. He won, but he looked old. I'm very glad he won the fight. It's time to retire, though, Nonito. It's time to retire. It's only best that Nonito Donaire now hangs up the gloves. But yeah, he won the fight, and I'm happy. I'm very happy about that, to be honest with you. I'm very happy that he won the fight. The deserved winner, 100%. Fight ended due to an accidental head clash. Nonito Donaire getting a big cutter above his right eyebrow. They were ordered to go to the cards. Nonito Donaire won 87-84 on two of the scorecards, 88-83 on one of them, and on the other. And yeah, I feel like it's the right decision. Nonito Donaire definitely won the fight. He definitely did more. Nonito Donaire was able to control center ring, stay in center ring, try and cut Campos off well. Campos was just, bit of a running track star on the back foot, to be completely honest. Nonito was able to take the front foot, take center ring, and yeah, land the biggest shots, really. Not really an entertaining fight, to be honest with you. It wasn't really a great fight, but you've got an old Nonito Donaire in there versus Andres Campos, who doesn't really offer anything at all apart from a lot of bloody moving about and a lot of over-exaggerated footwork, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, I think for Nonito Donaire, he landed the biggest shots in there, worked the body well. Shots came off well behind the lead hand. I thought the counters of Nonito were decent when Campos tried to leap in and jump in a lot, and Nonito Donaire kind of just caught Campos off guard quite a bit. I mean, the counters were still there from Nonito Donaire, of course. I mean, that's his blueprint. He's one of the best counter punches ever, in my opinion, Nonito Donaire. And he still had that in him, and was still able to, catch Campos with some good, accurate shots in there. But the thing with Nonito is he just was nowhere near as flashy. And, it's what I expected. I thought Nonito Donaire would win. I wasn't too sure, but he did win. He did win. But, yeah, he didn't look great in there at all, to be fair. And I did think Campos would offer more than he did, though. Like, Campos offered absolutely nothing in there. I mean, if Nonito was in there with someone with a heartbeat, then I don't know if it would have ended too well for him. He was too static. He was plodding forward a lot. There is nothing really from Nonito Donaire whatsoever. Nonito wasn't really busy at all, though, to be fair. Like, Nonito didn't really do loads. I mean, he was able to keep centering and cut the ring off, and whenever Campos jumped in, Nonito was able to catch him. But, Nonito didn't really start anything at all. I mean, he is a counter puncher, but, he didn't really start anything at all. There was nothing really, he didn't really start any attacks, and there were no exchanges in that fight at all. Neither guy just had the style for there really to be any exchanges. I mean, when Campos leaped in, he was scared and was there for single shots. But Nonito was there for the taking as well, though. I mean, Campos didn't do anything to make him look like he was there for the taking, but Nonito wasn't doing anything, and he was so static. There was no head movement at all from him, and his footwork was slow. It was static. He was plodding forwards. There wasn't really any massive threat there from Nonito Donaire whatsoever, to be completely honest with you. And if I'm looking at it at an Andres Campos perspective, he wasted a lot of time there. He wasted a lot of time, and his game plan looked absolutely shocking. I mean, I've seen stuff, though, that Nonito Donaire wants to continue until he's 50 years old. Please don't. Please don't. And Nonito, please don't up the levels now. Because he was lucky with the opponent that he was in there with tonight, in my opinion, Nonito Donaire. He was lucky that he got that Andres Campos. You know, very, very, very lucky that Campos didn't really fight like he had a bloody heartbeat tonight. And was very lucky that Andres Campos tried to fight him like he was in his prime. You know, like that was very far away from prime Nonito Donaire. Very, very, very far away from it. Yeah, it just his hand speed wasn't as quick. Nonito just couldn't really find openings that he would have back in his prime, in my opinion. If Nonito was on his prime, he would have got him out of there in 3 rounds. Honestly, he really, really, really would have. And I feel like everyone watching knows that Nonito would have got him out of there in about 3 rounds if that was prime Nonito Donaire. But he looked too slow tonight, and I don't want to see him fight again. He got a win. He got the win, and that's the most important thing. But that was an awful fight to watch. It was awful to watch. And, you know, Nonito might have looked older than he actually looked. He probably looked, as I said, he looked 50. He probably looked older than 42, if I'm being real. And it's probably because of the inactivity as well from Nonito Donaire, which made him look even older. But yeah, for Nonito Donaire, there was just no flashiness to his work. There was no real proper commitment from Nonito Donaire whatsoever in that fight as well. I feel like both guys in there were very hesitant of each other throughout the fight. They were both very hesitant of each other, and neither guy really knew what to do. But I think Nonito Donaire, just the way he was able to keep center ring and cut the ring off well, and caught Campos whenever he did some weird jumps in, and Nonito Donaire did what he had to do. He won the fight, and he was convincing. He did more in that fight and threw when he had to throw. Not that he was really, really, really accurate, but when he had to land, he did land. And, you know, he did more than what Campos did. And again, that's all he had to do to win. And it didn't really take much to be able to beat Campos to the punch. It didn't really, so please don't take a top-level guy, Nonito. Please don't. Anyway, thank you all for watching.